What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Luke and Bama once again, and this is going to be our first story time of how we got together.
Sorry it's so late. We've had a lot going on the past couple months.
A lot.
Like, way too much. So, it's finally happening.
Yeah, we already made
the second time.
We already made an entire video of this, but it was so long, and so clearly when you have a longer video, it takes longer and longer to edit the video. So that's really the main thing that happened. Otherwise, we could have had it done a lot sooner. But, I mean, here we are. So, this is going to be our story time part 1 of how we got together. Do you want to
It's
start?
gonna be a full thing. It's not a part 1.
What do you mean? The full thing?
What are we gonna do? Multiple story times of how we got together?
Well,
You should just say our first story time.
anyway, would you like to begin?
Okay, so, for anyone who doesn't know, we've been together for almost 3 years now. Our anniversary is on Valentine's Day. We got together on Valentine's Day of 2017. It was his senior year. Oh, the end of his senior year.
Yeah.
And the end of my freshman year. Yeah, I know. Wow, senior, freshman, whatever.
We've heard all the jokes,
Yeah.
man.
The first time we talked was like late November, early November, something like that. It was just in November. And I know I was doing a project and he was doing senior surveys for school and he was just asking people in general to take a survey. And I, in my head, said, okay, I will, but actually it came out my mouth. And he was like, oh, dope, cool, dude. And I was like, alright. And he was like, what's your name? And I said, Alabama. And he was like, no way. And everybody around us was like, no, seriously, that's her name. And he was like, dude, that's so dope. So I wrote down my email for him and he ended up emailing me it. It was actually now that I think about it, it was 11/15/16. So I remember that because I replied to him the day after.
2016,
Yeah.
dude. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Man.
He had me on Snapchat. He would like swipe up on like little thing, like mainly one little thing. It was just like a little, like, oh, what's that? Where did you get it? But that was basically it until I got out of a relationship and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it to be honest. So I did it to be honest in like,
On Facebook.
yeah, on, like the beginning of February, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was like January 31st, I think, is when you did it. We have reference pictures.
Yeah.
She has pictures of like everything from all the dates.
Oh
and
yeah, it was
whatnot.
31st, yeah.
Okay,
31st.
so January 31st, she puts a post on Facebook saying, you know, to be honest. And of course, I liked it just because, you know, whatever. At that time, I wasn't in a relationship, so I didn't really think anything out of it. So to be honest, you know, like it, sure, why not? So I ended up liking it. And then I think later on that night, she, you know, sent me my to be honest in my inbox.
Fun fact, he's the only person I send it to be honest to. I did not send anyone else to be honest because there was a bunch of weirdos who were like, oh, let me just like it, whatever. So I had actually had a crush on him like almost all my freshman year because I just thought he was cute. Basically, I was just like, to be honest, I don't know you, but you're kinda cute. And he was like, kinda?
No. She said, to be honest, I don't know you, but you're cute, I guess.
Oh yeah, I said, I guess.
And then I sent back, thanks, but I guess, like in quotes, and she said, yeah, I'm too awkward to say it, you know, like straight up.
I said, I had to say, I guess, I'm too awkward to straight up tell someone they're cute. You're welcome, though. After that point, because he sucks, he didn't text me ever again. But then, like, a little bit of time comes by, you know, like, a week or two, basically. I did guard at the time, and I was on my way to a guard competition, and I posted him on Snapchat because it was close to Valentine's Day, and I was like, if someone got me Swedish Fish, oh my gosh, I'd be in love with you, whatever. And he swiped up. Wait, we have Swedish Fish.
Where'd I put him? Oh, wait, they're in the
I
bucket.
think in the bucket. But, this is the main root of our relationship.
Right here. Right here.
But,
Right there.
he was like, oh my gosh, you're so good, dude. And then we just talked, basically.
Give me some.
He talked to me throughout my competition. He had stuff to do, so he gave me his phone number so we could text.
Mm-hmm.
He was really nice because, like, I was really upset about some stuff at guard, and he was just, like, super sweet about it. And, like, telling me, you're okay, blah, blah, blah. So we talked all night. On the way home, we were talking some more. And here comes the next part of what got us together. You gonna talk about it?
Let's check out Swedish Fish.
We were just texting, though, and I was on the bus on the way home, like, with all the group of girls.
I asked her what she was doing, and she said she was listening to Eminem. And I just kind of thought it was weird because, you know, I mean, this is like 2017, I had to think about it for a minute. Since 2017, you know, like Eminem's basically irrelevant to like 90% of the population at this point. And I was just kind of surprised because I had started listening to Eminem my freshman year, which was 3 years before this. So I just started listening to him, you know, not that long ago. Like, I wasn't with the people in middle school and whatnot saying, like, I'm not afraid, you know, singing Eminem songs all the time. When she said she was listening to Eminem, I was like, well, really? And, like, I had to confirm, and she said, yeah. And then I said, like, you actually listen to him? Actually listen to him? She said, yeah, you know.
Like, I grew up on him, literally.
Yeah. And so
like,
I asked her.
It.
Are you done? No, I'm kidding. So I asked her what her favorite songs were, because, you know, I had to do a fake fan check. Because some people that are like, oh, yeah, I like them. You ask them what their favorite songs are, like the most common, most cliche songs. So, for the hell of it, I said, what are your favorite songs by him? And she said something like, Amityville, which is funny because actually recently, like, a few days before that, I had just heard that song for the first time, because it was one of his older songs. But I had just heard that song for the first time, like, right before that. So she said that song, Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, yeah, Yellow Brick Road.
And then you might have said, like, one or two more.
I think I just kind of named some because I don't technically have a favorite. Those are just ones I was, like, listening to at the time. Like, just kind of like, okay, this will just be in my normal, like, playlist, I guess.
And, like, none of them were super common songs. So I'm like, oh, okay, so you're like a fan. So then I'm like, really? And she's like, really? Cool. What are yours? Or something like that. Like, what are my favorite songs? And then I said some of mine. I think I said Sing for the Moment, Amityville, and then...
And I said, like, Guts Over Fear, and I know you said that one.
Guts Over Fear, and then, you know, a couple more. I'm not really sure exactly what was sent after that, but at some point shortly after, I think I started the Dudes.
I think you did.
I think I started the Dudes, so that sounds really weird to say that. So I said Dude, in all caps. She said Dude back in all caps. I said Dude again. She said Dude again. I said, dude, I think one more time. Then she said, dude, one more time. Then I said, babe.
For one, this is our first actual night of just talking to each other, like full conversation.
So I was kind of like fishing, you know, like fishing for a response. Like, what would she say? She said, babe, back. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the clear. Oh. So then I said, baby. And then she said, baby, back. Baby, back, Riz.
We went pretty fast.
Yeah, like, it wasn't like, you know, we immediately started saying we love each other, shit like that.
No,
I was just kind of,
waited.
I threw the babe out there just to get, you know, just to see what she would say. Because, you know, she could have been like, oh, don't call me that, it's weird, or it's too soon, or something. Like, you never know. So
I don't know, we had that click, though, so I wasn't as, like, weirded out by it.
I didn't want to come off as, like, someone who's, like, right, like, you know, like, going for it right away. So I didn't want to...
That would have been weird.
Yeah, I didn't want to hop on that. Skip forward a little bit. So we started talking, or whatever. That was kind of really when we started talking. That night, we actually FaceTimed. She got home, and then I think I asked her what kind of phone she had, and she said she had an iPhone. So I'm like, ooh, can I FaceTime you? At this time, I didn't have an iPhone. I had an iPod Touch, because my mom wasn't about that smartphone life, because I was like, I didn't get a smartphone until I was 18. So... I had a regular, like, slide phone, and then I had an iPod. I asked her if she wanted to FaceTime, and she said, yeah, that's fine. So we FaceTimed that night.
I was just really tired. I got home from my guard competition, like, 1 o'clock in the morning. He was playing video games with his friend.
Okay.
The entire night, he just kept telling me it was beautiful. It was really sweet.
Yeah, I was playing video games with my buddy, and I just kept saying, like, oh, she's so beautiful, you know, isn't she so beautiful, like, shit like that. Just to kind of, you know, I don't really know how else to explain it. Obviously, I thought it, but... it was also partially kind of like a, I don't know how else to say it, so I'm gonna say, like, to get on her good side type of thing, but that's not really what I mean, but it's kind of what I mean.
Like, made me feel good.
Yeah. So, like, don't get me wrong, I did think so, and I still think so. But, you know, just to kind of, like, put a smile on her face type of thing. So I kept, you know, saying that stuff about her all night. And then, you know, she went to bed eventually, then I went to bed eventually.
We stayed on the phone all night.
And we talked for, like, a little more, like, the next day was Sunday, right?
Yeah, the night before, on my way home, Luke had asked me about something that he was doing for his church, because at the time he was in youth group, and they were doing something for Valentine's Day. Nothing like, oh, bring a date like you have to. Just kind of something that they were doing.
Not like a date, more like an event.
Yeah, it was, like, for church. So he had asked me about it, and I was like, I'll think about it. Because I was like, okay, like, you just started talking to me. That was kind of weird. But the next day,
Sorry. Swedish fish break.
The next day, he had brought it up again. He kind of just like begged almost because he like really wanted me to go with him. I had a full blown panic attack. I cried. I didn't have a panic attack because it's like that. I think it's because I actually liked him, and I was like, I've only seen you at school. We've never talked in person. So it was like really weird.
So what happened is she got there, she texted me, I'm here, and like right away I'm like, oh okay, because I was sitting at the youth group building. There were like kind of stairs right in front of the doors, so I was kind of chilling on the stairs just waiting for her. She said I'm here, and I kind of like as she was pulling in, I saw a car out there, I saw its headlights pulling in and everything, so I kind of, part of me like assumed it was her, but at the same time I was like, you know, maybe not. But she texted me after the car got parked and said I'm here, so I'm like, ooh, okay, bet. So I went out there. She's like damn near crying and shit in the passenger seat, and I just like walk up and I just kind of open the door. I'm like, you coming? She was all kind of awkward, but then again, so was I, because I didn't want to, like, again, dude, like, I don't want to stress it too much, but I was a senior and she was a freshman, and usually you hear about the stories and it doesn't go very well. So I didn't want to make any bad impressions of myself or anything, so I was trying to be respectful. I was trying to be, you know, as nice and as true to her as I possibly could be.
He opened the door for me. He went over there to thank my sister-in-law. He was just really sweet about it. He didn't like be like, okay, get out. He was like, just, not only did he have to open up my door because my sister-in-law's car's just messed up, he also just did it because he's nice, and he opened up all the doors the rest of the night, and he was just really sweet about everything. He held my hand. He waited to kiss me. Kinda.
I kind of don't want to get into the story about the kiss.
I wouldn't tell him. I don't care.
She'll tell you the story about our first kiss.
So.
It was weird.
Anyways, so we're at his youth group, because, okay, there's his church, and then there's another building where it's his youth group, so that's where we're at. It's a smaller building, and everybody's sitting at tables. We're at a table where he's, like, with people he at least talked to. Not necessarily like, oh my gosh, it's my best friend type thing. Just people he talked to. So I just remember, it was like a little bit after I helped him open up his Coke bottle. He had like a vanilla Coke. And
I was on a Coke
binge.
binge.
He was kind of just like, you know, looking at me, and I was kind of like, what's up? And he was like, is it okay if I kiss you? And I said, yeah. I don't know if I like meant to say yeah, or if I was like, oh god, what do I say? Do I say no? Do I say yes? And I just said yeah. But I thought it was just really sweet that he at least asked, because like, I felt like I wouldn't have wanted him to kiss me if he didn't ask. Like, sounds weird, but he waited a few seconds after that. Then I think he kind of like, I think he almost like nudged me or a little something like that. And then he kissed me. And even though it was kind of awkward, it kind of felt right, you know? Like, it wasn't like, you know, that was the worst kiss of my entire life. But, and he did it in front of people, and that's when I was like, wait, did he really do it? Because, like, I was like, he's older than me. He has dated girls that are at school, people who might have been there, I don't know. Like, just in general, he did it in front of people, and that was, like, I was like, ah.
Going back to the thing about me just kind of wanting to not make her uncomfortable or anything like that, that's the main reason why I asked. Because I know that some females, like, you know, you go to kiss them, they're just like, get the fuck away, what are you doing? I didn't want to do that to her. I don't want to put her in a position like that. So I felt like the most reasonable thing I could do is ask, hey, is it okay if I do that? You know, even if it was awkward, I felt more comfortable doing that than just kind of, you know, blindsiding her and her being like, what? And like, you know, having another panic attack. That was our first kiss. It was super awkward, super weird. But then other than that, for the rest of that night, we just kind of just, you know.
We sat on the stairs inside the building and kind of just hung out.
Sunday was the Valentine's Day event thing at my church. Monday, we just kind of, you know, just at school, just regular school day or anything. It kind of like, if you saw us, we were kind of acting like we were dating. Tuesday, which was Valentine's Day, I don't know why, it just the way it happened, it just kind of felt right to, like, you know, ask her on Valentine's Day. So, Tuesday.
Freaking day.
Anyways, Tuesday, after school and everything, just right outside of our school, I asked her, Alabama, will you be my girlfriend? And she said, yeah, of course, because
we were basically dating too, like we just acted like it.
So, why not, right?
So we made it official.
I made it Facebook official, like, right afterwards, because, you know, that's a thing these days.
He, like, because he had to work, sadly, so he got to work. And instead of texting me, I got a notification saying that we were dating on Facebook. So, yeah, that happened. And we didn't even say I love you until a couple days after, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to, you know, again, like, I didn't want to jump on that super quick, because some people, they get together, and then right away they're like, oh, I love you, and, like, I'm not gonna, you know, be a hypocrite. I used to be like that, but that was when I was like 13. You know, those
Everybody
are like,
that when they're 13.
you know, middle school relationships that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd give it some time. So I don't think we said I love you for like maybe like
I think it might have been like a week
couple
or so.
weeks.
Yeah.
Like I waited a long time because I didn't want to, you know, jump on it right
Yeah.
away. And looking back on it now, even when I said it that first time, I'm not really sure if I meant it yet, because the more older I grow, the more I really understand people saying it takes time to love someone. Like,
For
the
a
older
while.
I get, the more it makes sense.
Yeah. And for a while we were just saying, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, I think that's kind of a better
It's
way to do it.
not the same as love.
Yeah, it's a better way of doing it. But he had said it the day I was actually going to say it.
Yeah.
I was planning on it, and because I was like, I feel like I do. Just, I don't know. I was like, I feel like I should just do it. So I was going to, and then he did, and I was like, so of course I said it back. Because, I mean, how could I not love you? After my mom actually met him, she was like, he's like really sweet. He was really sweet to my mom, my sister, me. Like, she genuinely liked him, and she still does like him. She loves Luke.
Her family's awesome.
Yeah, they all love him. His family loves me. I met basically everybody in one day.
Yeah.
Because everybody was at his house.
Like, a big part of my family, like, couple weeks after we got together, a lot of my family was in town. We had, you know, a death in the family, so, you know, all the family kind of coming together. I got family in Texas. I got family, you know, like, everywhere.
Okay, but the thing is, he just met most of my family last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot because I had a death in my
Last
family.
weekend at the time of recording this, not in the part of the story.
Yeah, I actually met his cousins and stuff before I met his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I met his mom, I think, a few weeks after. And then, I think it was a weekend, and I started hanging out, like, every Saturday and Sunday with them. And then, eventually, it became every single day.
Yeah.
I'd go to all of his, like, baseball games, practices, hang out with him. Ever since then, I've been hanging out with him every single day, every chance I get.
Every single day.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we are. Almost 3 years
Yeah.
later. It's 2 years and like 8.5 months-ish.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of November and we got together February or whatever.
Well, on the
So-
11th, it'll be 1,000 days.
Yeah.
Because he put it in my phone.
Put
I
it
didn't
on her
realize that.
phone. Also, fun fact, that is the same day as my dog's 11th birthday.
We should do a
I'm
video
only
of him.
saying that because I really, really love my dog. You guys will see him at some point.
Yeah.
No
So you guys will
doubt.
hear him.
Yeah,
Hacking.
he might bark sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
It's not even hacking. It's just a weird sound.
I was gonna reenact it, but then it'd be really weird, and if you made it this far, you'd probably click away. So I'm not gonna make that sound.
Anyways,
That's a story.
Yeah.
So,
almost 3 years. We're going strong.
and
Made it through lots of things. Don't just break up with someone over tiny issues. Because
Yeah.
we've had tiny issues. We're still here. Have not taken any breaks. Zero. Like,
Wait.
we know how to work through it.
I just want to clarify, there are going to be some people who's watching this video that have been together for 5 years, 6 years, whatever, and more than that. And they'll be like, looking at us like, oh, 3 years, that's not even that long. But then there are people who have never had a relationship this long.
Yeah.
They've never experienced, this length of adoration for somebody else for this long.
This is our longest relationship, both of us.
But, like, I gotta be honest, man, 3 years is a long time, especially these days.
Especially, like, when you, like, it just goes by so quick, and then you're just sitting there thinking, like, wow, this is our 3rd Christmas together.
Yeah, like, that's nuts. Nobody's perfect, and nobody's perfect together.
Yeah.
Like, even us, we're not perfect together. But the reason we've came so far is because we know how to fight through every single issue that comes our way.
I mean, we love each other.
And we know each other so well, so we
Yeah.
know our boundaries.
Yeah, we know when, like, something's wrong with each other. Like, we know what is wrong with each other. We know how to fix it. We know how to, like, do all that. Like, because we've been together so long. So it's easier to get to know that person. So, like, I don't know. Just, we know each other pretty well. We're getting
So,
better at this.
Without getting too, preachy about this
Yeah.
video, that was our story time. Basically, what all we're saying is, like, be a person that's not a dick.
If you love
basically.
them, stay with them. If you don't,
Deuces. Let us know if you want to hear more story times. Just,
we got billions.
give us subjects, give us, topics, whatever. If we, think of anything like, hey, we should make a video of us telling the story about this, then we'll do so.
Yeah.
This is just episode 1 because what better way to have, beginning of a story time on a couple YouTube channels than talk about how we got together. Anyways,
What?
who are you?
I'm Bama.
And I'm Luke. And See you next time.
Bye, guys!